Hello everyone, my name is Martin Medeiros and I'll be your instructor for Econ 2. And I just want to take this time to go over how this class is going to work on a week-to-week basis. I'm not going to cover any material, but I want to make sure that you know what is required of you and you know how to navigate the class site, read the syllabus, that sort of thing. So I'm starting here in our Canvas site. Now, I'm teaching several sections of Econ 2, and I just discovered I'm not in Econ 2, I'm in Econ 1. So let me just go to Econ 2. Hold on. Okay, I've got Econ 2 up now. So I'm in the Canvas site for Econ 2. Now, like I said before, I'm teaching 3 sections of Econ 2. Um, 2 of which are going to be purely online, one of which will meet on Mondays and Wednesdays in class. This video is relevant to both the online and in-person class. So that's one thing to note. The other thing to note, and this is a big change, is that the new Econ 1 and Econ 2 have changed from a 16-week format to an 8-week format. So you'll be finishing this class in 8 weeks or half a semester rather than a full semester. Now the benefit to you is you could finish the class faster. That's the good news. The downside, or the slight negative, is we're going to be covering more material in a shorter period of time. So things move fast, and you can't really catch up if you fall behind because things move so fast. So you got to stay up to date with the deadlines and that sort of thing. So that's an important thing to know. So let's take a look at the syllabus first. And you can access the syllabus in the class site near the top under Course Home. Just click on Syllabus, and the syllabus is going to be right here. Now here on the left-hand side, I have a lot of relevant information. This is the syllabus for the in-person class, so I have the days and times right here. I also have information about the textbook, which is provided to you at no cost. And then my contact information, my email address, and I have office hour information right here. So I'm also going to scroll down to the course schedule. And you see I have everything worked out week by week. I have the week, the chapters we're going to be covering, and the due date for the assignments for that particular chapter. Now, one of the things that these due dates have in common, there's a couple things. One, there's a due date every week. So there's something due every week. Secondly, all of these due dates are on a Sunday. So everything is due on a Sunday. So that's going to give you kind of consistency throughout the course. And I'll go over these weekly assignments. The other thing I have broken out below it is our exam schedule. We're going to have 3 major exams, 2 midterms, and 1 final exam. And those due dates are right here. So let's take week 2 as an example. So I'm going to toggle over to our Canvas site. I'm going to go to week 2. We're going to be covering supply and demand on week 2. So the first thing I do is I give you links to chapter 2. These are all of the sections of chapter 2. And when you click on it, it opens the textbook right away. Now you see my little face here. That's because I wrote this textbook. So this textbook is provided to you free of charge. And you have access through it through Canvas. So you do all the required readings. Every bit of chapter 2 is required reading. And once you do the required readings, you have a chance to watch a recorded lecture. I have them, if you clicked on this, I have links to the videos of my recorded lecture on chapter 2. Now, I know it says chapter 3 here, but it's really chapter 2, and it's not really loading, but let's not wait for it. And I also posted the PowerPoint I use in that recorded lecture. So read the textbook, watch my lecture. Now you're ready for activities to complete, which will be due on Sunday, in this case, April 5th. And there's really two types of activities. Three types if you're on the online class. Well, one type is the video question, the VQ, video question. And as the name implies, you click on this and you're going to see one video that you have to watch, and you're going to answer one question on that video. Now, these video questions are excellent ways to study for or prepare for the exam. Aside from video questions, we have a 10-question quiz on Chapter 2. You see one other quiz right here. That's week 3. You see, this is for week 2, but you see this is a special type of quiz just to get you prepared for the exam, because we're going to be using a proctoring app within Canvas to take the exam. So all of our exams are proctored online. So you take them online, but they're going to be proctored through something called Proctorio. So this quiz is just to help you get Proctorio set up in anticipation for the first exam. Now, all of these assignments are not timed. You can start and stop them at any time during the week as long as you submit them before Sunday. Now, the one other activity that's only relevant for the online class is the 2 discussion assignments right here. See, discussion, ask a question. There's only 2 discussion assignments, and they're only relevant for the online class. Now, for the discussion assignments, they are also due on Sunday, but if you want to get full credit on the discussion assignments, you have to submit it by Saturday. The reason being is if you submit your discussion assignment at the last minute, right before the deadline, no one is going to read it. The reason why no one is going to read it, because everybody has moved on to the next week. So if you want to get full credit, answer the discussion topic thoroughly, show some thought into it, and submit it by Saturday. So let's go back to the schedule. The exams. So we're going to have 2 midterm exams and 1 final exam. The first midterm exam is going to take place in week 4, and it's going to cover these chapters. And now you see I have 2 due dates here, the 18th and 19th. Well, that's because the exam will open on Saturday, the 18th, and it will close on Sunday, the 19th. And these will differ from the weekly quizzes because these are going to be timed. The midterm exams, you have 2 hours to complete them. So once you start it, you got to finish it within 2 hours. The final exam is going to be, I'm going to give you 3 hours to complete that. But again, that opens on May 20th and it closes on May 22nd. And if you go to the class science, so if you look at week 4, see this is week 4 right here. You see at the very end, we have the exam. And you take the exam like you take the quizzes. You just click on it. Now you see where it says remotely proctored? I have detailed instructions on how to use Proctorio. Now, one of the big things about using Proctorio to take this exam is you have to do it in a Chrome browser to do so. So again, in week 2, we test everything out with this mock quiz. So you're going to get Proctorio loaded in your Chrome browser, and you're going to try to take this mock quiz just to see if Proctorio is working. But let's say for some reason you can't make Proctorio work. For some reason you can't make your webcam work. All is not lost. We have a backup plan. We have in-person exam dates. Do you see how we have these 3 dates scheduled for in-person exams? So let's say you want to take exam 1, but you can't make Proctorio work. You could come to on campus on April 20th from 1:30 to 4:30 and take the exam in person. So that's our backup in case Proctorio is not working. Or what if you don't like to take online exams? You can come in and take the exam on the 20th if you so choose. So that's our backup. In either case, all exams have to be proctored. So that's that. Um, and I think that pretty. Oh, now let's cover how the grading works. All of the weekly quizzes are only 10% of your overall grade. So we've got about 13 quizzes, and all of them collectively makes up only 10% of your grade. We've got about 25 video questions. Collectively, all of them only make 10% of your grade. So between the quizzes and the video questions, that's 20% of your grade. The exams are the big part of your grade. Each exam, there's 3 of them, are worth 25%. So they're worth a lot. Now, what if you miss a weekly deadline? What if you don't submit your weekly quiz or your video questions? All is not lost. You can make up for lost points from missed assignments with the extra credit assignment. The last weekly quiz, so if I go all the way down to week 8, right here, week 8 quiz right here, this is going to be for extra credit, this quiz, and that's going to be worth 3.5% of your overall grade. So that's more than enough to make up for 1 or 2 weeks of missed weekly assignments. Now, what extra credit cannot do is make up for a missed missed exam. So you got to take the exams and you got to take it on the due date. Now, if anything does come up, like a family or medical emergency, if you contact me prior to the due date, I could extend deadlines 24 to 48 hours. But remember, the only requirement is you've got to contact me prior to the due date. Now, if you have an internet outage, you still can contact me. You got your phone, you got my email address, you can contact me. So I just want to be very clear. There can be extensions for certain emergencies if you contact me prior to the deadline. Be that as it may, if you've got any questions about what I covered right now or any questions throughout the class, I've got my email address right here. That's the best way of contacting me, and I promise to get back to you within 48 hours, usually faster than that. So that's all we're going to cover. I look forward to interacting with you throughout this term.